What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So as you guys know, we have done a couple of videos around VJ Edgecombe and Kaishan George, and I thought we needed to do it with Josh Giddey in Chicago right now. He is absolutely balling out to start the season, literally almost averaging a triple-double so far, and the Bulls are 6-1. So I thought Josh Giddey absolutely deserved one of these videos, and we're going to not only make him what he is right now, but we're going to turn him into a bigger superstar than that based off how his play is to start the season. So let's go ahead, jump in, and do a Chicago Bulls rebuild in NBA 2K26, primarily focused around turning Josh Giddey into an absolute star for this franchise. So if you watch the VJ Edgecombe one and the Kaishan George one, you kind of know where this is going, basically. He's an 85 overall, and I don't know if I've ever seen Josh Giddey jump up more than that, but you guys know for this video, we have pushed his development up extremely high to where he should turn into like a 90 plus overall and become the face of the Chicago Bulls. His splits to start the season are incredible. 23, 10, and 9, or stats I should say. 23, 10, and 9 to start the season. Like I said, almost averaging a triple-double. He's also shooting 41% from 3 on like 4 attempts a game. So if I'm the Bulls and you guys had the, you know, they obviously had the contract negotiations in this offseason and you got him for as much as you did, I'd feel really good right now. Well, this stick, I think it's possible. I don't think it's like impossible that this doesn't stick around. Maybe not as much as, you know, maybe not to the efficient. I guess I can't find the right word is what I'm trying to say. Maybe not to the consistency that it is right now, but I think it's possible that it does. So we have his shot and touch tendency as high as possible at 94 and 95. So I guess it's not as high as possible, but you get it. It's pretty high. And then I've also pushed his progression extremely high to where he should develop really well in this video. So the primarily focus is to build the Bulls around Chicago, or build the Bulls around Josh Giddey. So let's go ahead somewhat to the end of season number 1, see how this team finishes out, see if they finish strong, and then Josh Giddey should be the primarily focus in this video today. Because I want a long-term outlook for this Bulls team, we are at the trade deadline, and I am going to go ahead and trade away Nikola Vucevic for a first-round pick. He's having a good season, but he's 35 years old. He's in expiring contracts. We kind of know we're probably not going to re-sign him. We're getting a first-round pick. It may not be a great one by any means, but it is a first nonetheless. So Max Strus and a first is coming over. Strus is a nice, solid shooter who's shooting 42% from 3, so I don't hate the addition of him for a couple seasons. So this is the trade we're going to do, and I feel pretty good about it. So that is what we're going to do there. So Vucevic is gone. We're 25 and 26 at the trade deadline, so it looks like we'll at least be a play-in team this year. Obviously, our center position just got a lot weaker with that trade, but I'm all for it. Let's see if we still, you know, finish up in the play-in, which I imagine we will. But that was the first trade of the video, just getting a first for an expiring Nikola Vucevic. The Wembanyama wins that MVP trophy. Flag is your rookie of the year. Grant is your 6th man. Wemby is your D-point. And Nemius is your most improved. Giannis is your clutch player. And Steve Kerr is your coach of the year. And Alexander Panel is your executive. And AD is your cup MVP. So here is your All-NBA first team, All-NBA seconds, and All-NBA third team. So we do get Josh Giddey making All-NBA third team, which is really exciting. Average 23, 8, and 7. So the triple-double watch kind of fell off there, I guess. But still pretty solid stats all around. His three-point efficiency did fall off a little bit as well from 30, you know, from what it was 41% to 33 as the season went along, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and take a look at where we finished. So as I mentioned, we are a play-in team as a 9th seed, which is what I kind of anticipated. But here were your player stats outside of just Josh Giddey. So you had 18 from Kobe White, you had 14 from Zach Collins, 12 from Max Strus, 12 from Buzelis, and then 11, 10, 10, and 10. So let's see if we can beat the Detroit Pistons, although I don't really care if we do or not, and we do lose. So that's fine with me. We can hit the lottery up, and I'd be more than okay with that. For whatever reason, it makes absolutely no sense, is that 2K has the Blazers having the Bulls pick, which is just simply not true whatsoever. So it is going to show that the Blazers have our pick, and it's just not the case at all. What is actually going on is the Bulls have the Blazers a lot protected first for like many years until I think 2028 or something like that. From the Larry Nance trade a long time ago. But as you will see when we get into this, it's going to reflect that the Blazers have our pick, and I just don't understand why 2K did that. But it's a complaint from me every video. You guys get the point. And like I said, the Portland Trailblazers pick is lot protected, so we're not going to be getting that either. But we have 13 best odds, and it's going to go to Portland, but we're going to get it back, obviously. Which it actually, wait, it went to 10. Interesting. Okay, so wasn't it just 12, or no, we have 13. I'm stupid, sorry, we have 13, and I guess in this scenario it did say that the pick is a lot protected, but my guess is 2K has that next year's pick going to the Blazers, which is just, you know, not true. I mean, we should just simply swap with them in a way. although we should have the pick, Blazers pick lottery protected for the foreseeable future. So yeah, it looks like they have our first next year, which, like I said, makes no sense. But regardless, we have the 12th pick or whatever it is, so let's jump in and draft. So, jumping into this lottery, kind of want to see how, wow, Peterson goes to OKC. I bet that was a pick I should have fixed, and I just kind of, like, forgot about it, but whatever. At the end of the day, that's going to make this video a lot more challenging at this point. Maybe I still go fix it. I don't know. But let's go see what we get at pick number, I think it's 13. So, we have Kareem Lopez, we have Kill Wilson, we have Darius, which, at this point, I'm not going to be drafting a point guard. We have Koa down the board, or we go Kareem Lopez, which I think I like the idea of taking Kareem Lopez here. So I'm going to take him at the top of the board here out of Mexico. So welcome to the team. And then, like I said, more than likely, yeah, actually, no, the Thunder, no, Philadelphia was supposed to have that pick. And then Suns, obviously not supposed to have that pick either. Rockets not supposed to have that pick. Pelicans not supposed to have that pick. So, yeah, I probably should have fixed those before, but I was really distracted, I guess. But all right. Whatever. I probably will give Philly Darren Peterson because, dude, that's going to make the Thunder probably pretty tough to beat. Maybe it makes I don't know. Whatever. It already passed. I'm just going to leave it as is, even though it shouldn't be like that. So, Kareem Lopez, we're going to go ahead and accept player options. Buzelis and Phillips will accept. And then qualifying offers, Dalen Terry, which, I mean, if he comes back, he comes back. No big deal there. All right. So, we have Dosunmu. We have Kobe White, which, Kobe White averaged 18 points per game. I don't think that's a guy you want to just let walk for nothing. So I am going to go ahead and bring him back on a deal. Although I will say we do have salary cap to maybe do some other things. Like if we want to bring in somebody different to the team. But I don't think I'm going to do that as of right now. So Josh Giddey, Trey Jones as a part of rotation. I like shooting guard spot. Nobody but Kobe White is being, offered a contract. Buzelis, Patrick Williams, Kareem Lopez, Noah Singay. So I do think we have some forwards that we can play next year for sure. And then center is definitely a hole right now for us. So I am going to go ahead and offer Hardenstein a contract to be our starting center for a while. See if he'd want to come over to Chicago. So we get Hardenstein and Kobe White to come in, which I think feels solid. We'll take that. So that feels okay. And there's still a lot more we need to do. I'm not satisfied with this team by any means, but I'm okay with it. And like I said, I do think with progression, I assume these four forwards, I should say, will play a role next year. So let's go see what progression is going to look like. So Josh Giddey, as I mentioned, I boosted him up. He's up to an 89, which is a good start. 84 from Kobe White, 81 Buzelis, 79 Patrick Williams, 78 Strus. Trey Jones is down 1, and then Singay is up to a 75. Okoro is a 75, and then yeah, I think that's basically what I was kind of looking for. So that feels pretty solid. We'll take that. So obviously Kareem Lopez can develop. Yeah, he hasn't played yet. But all right, let's go ahead get into year number 2. A lot more still to do to make this team a contender around Josh Giddey, but we have a decent foundation going forward. But trade deadline could be something we could look to be aggressive with if we decide to do. So here is the 10-man rotation going into the season. So we got Josh Giddey, Kobe White, Patrick Williams, Buzelis, Hardenstein, Noah Singay, Trey Jones, Kareem Lopez, Max Strus, and Jalen Smith is your rotation. So I do think it would be nice to potentially add a second star at the trade deadline if that's something we can do. We have that extra Blazers pick. We'll obviously get our pick back as well. We also have that pick we got for the Vucevic trade, and we have expiring contracts. So I do think we have the ability to potentially make some kind of trade at the deadline if there is a guy we find that could be a really good fit next to Josh Giddey, and I'm hoping to find that at the deadline. We shall see if that is something we can accomplish when we get there. Well, I am at the trade deadline, and I'll be honest, I don't love a lot of things I'm seeing. We could go after like Zion Williamson, which I guess would be okay. There's Jaren Jackson Jr., which I don't know, man. Like, I just hate getting them in 2K sometimes. And then you got the Blazers, who have a couple guys I guess would be interesting, but there's Bam Adebayo in Miami. There's Giannis Antetokounmpo, but I think my favorite target by far is not really something I'm particularly in love with here, but it is one of the Magic forwards. So Paolo or Franz Wagner, for whatever reason, man, the Magic just do not click in 2K. They are pretty bad. So I've gotten Paolo recently. Franz Wagner, of course, was supposed to be a Chicago Bull. I mean, who knows if they would have drafted him if it was actually their pick, but the pick that the Bulls traded to the Magic from the Vucevic trade turned into Franz Wagner. So I could rewrite that, of course, and make it happen. Paolo, of course, is the better overall. And I have gotten Paolo in the Heat 10-year rebuild. And I think I tried to get him in the Sun. I tried to get him in a recent video. I didn't get him, though. So I'm willing to try here, though. I mean, he would be probably the best fit we could get next to Josh Giddey. So yeah, I think I'm all in on Paolo Banchero right now, to be honest with you. So I really just don't love anything else available. So Let's see if we have what it takes to pull it off, though. It's not going to be easy. So I guess if we did do this, we maybe throw in Buzelis, which I hate to do because I do love Buzelis. But if we get Paolo, I mean, we could throw him at the 3, though, to be fair. So maybe we try to do it without him. We'll see. So Patrick Williams is going to start the trade for some salary purposes. Kareem Lopez probably to be in there for a, asset, of course. Probably going to have to throw quite a bit at them. Noah Singay does have value as well. So I actually do think we can pull this off. And then let's say we need a little bit more salary, I imagine. So let's throw Max Strus's contract in here, and then hopefully we could squeeze in 2 firsts at them. So Cohen Carr, and let's say we take, all right, so we got this Williams, Lopez, Noah Singay, and we throw you these this pick and this Blazers pick, which funny enough, this is kind of cheesy. I'm not gonna lie, this pick is supposed to be lottery protected, so this pick is not as good as it seems, but 2K is giving it to me, so this is a little bit cheesy and maybe a little cheating perhaps, but if we can get Paolo, no one's going to think twice, and they do agree. So we get Paolo Banchero on the team, and he is now going to be the second star next to Josh Giddey, and they're the same age, which is also really good. And I was about to say, they're not from the same draft class, right? And they're not, of course. So let's go ahead and look at this. So Josh Giddey, Kobe White, Okoro, Paolo. Now, there's obviously a lot more to do, but we didn't trade Buzelis, which is nice. I love that we kept him around. We'll move him to the 3 now, and he's up to an 83, so that's even better. So that'll be a rotation for the rest of the season. We are 28 and 21, so I imagine with Paolo added to the mix next to Josh Giddey, we have a very nice duo going forward for this Bulls team. So let's see if we can't go win a championship eventually. So Wemby wins MVP. Boozer's Rookie of the Year in Utah. Dame is your 6th man. Wemby is your D point. And most improved goes to Maluwatch, averaging 5.51. How the hell does that give you most improved player? I have to look. He went from 3 points to 6 points. Okay, 2K, that is a very interesting. Okay, sure. I guess that's a very weird reward to give to Maluwatch based off those stats. Coach Barry goes to Luka, and Chris Vince is your Coach of the Year. Nathan Mack is your executive. Cat is your Cup MVP. So here is your All-NBA first team. Hopefully we get Giddey on here, which we do. He averaged 25, 7, and 7, and he's back to being efficient from 3. Love that. And here is your All-NBA third team. So no Paolo. I don't believe, or no, he's right there. Oh, he's hurt though, going into the playoffs. That's great. 29 points per game. So we won't even get to see them healthy in the playoffs together, which is kind of annoying. But if we can survive without him for a while, that would be okay. But we're probably going to be pretty in trouble. Deron Holmes ended up on our team somehow, but I guess he's playing well right now. So, hey, let's see if we can go win a series without Paolo, which is not going to be easy because he was obviously a pretty big acquisition for us. But get the Atlanta Hawks, who are always pretty tough to beat. So I would imagine that they probably beat us and we fold really. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, never mind. We beat them in 6 games. I thought we were done for there. Paolo is still 1 to 2 weeks away, but we get to play the New York Knicks, who have obviously a good team in their own right. But if we can somehow get out of this, get Paolo back, no, maybe game 1 goes to Chicago. I will say, for whatever reason, and this may not matter anymore, but Chicago is always a sneaky good simulation team for whatever reason. And we're in the conference finals, guys. We are in the conference finals, and we are going to get Paolo back in due time. So we should get him back in the series. So hopefully we can survive without him until then. We'll get Detroit, which they have a good team as well. Cade, Ivy, Asar. Cade always really carries the Pistons on the simulation here. So this is going to be a tough matchup. Game 1 is going to go to us, though. So we got a game even without Paolo. He's still away. Still a little bit away, though. We're up 2-0. For whatever reason, this team is clicking right now. 3. Oh my gosh, what is going on? And we might get, Paolo's back, and Buzelis, of course, is hurt. So we got to sacrifice one guy to have the other one. So Buzelis is he's day-to-day with a neck strain. So we should get him back for the finals, and we should only need to win 1 game. And wow, we're in the NBA finals already. I did not expect that, to be honest with you. But here we are. And Minnesota might be the matchup and not Dallas. So that's nice, too. So Paolo is your conference finals MVP, averaging 41 and 11. Which is interesting because he only played like 1 or 2 games, right? How many games did he actually play? Let's see. Because he hasn't. Let's go look at playoff stats and see. So, because he's only played 2 games and they gave him the. Okay, sure. Josh Giddey's averaging 31, 9, and 7 on the playoffs. Wow. Kobe White with 20. Buzelis, I hope we get you back in the series as soon as possible. He's day-to-day. So game 1 against Minnesota. Let's look what they have. So we got DiVincenzo, Edwards, McDaniels, Randall, Naz Reid, Gobert, Rob Dillingham, and Ayo Dosunmu. So we did not keep Ayo Dosunmu, unfortunately. But we're up 1-0. So 37 from Randall, 33 from Paolo, and 30 from Josh Giddey. Game 2, they even it up. Is Buzelis back yet? That'd be nice. And he is back. Okay. So we are full strength now. Finally, it's first time, and we still made it as far. Well, or Coro and Simpson. I mean, wow, we got Bronny playing minutes. Holy crap, our end of the bench is bad, but we're still doing this thing. Okay, so tied series. They're up 2-1. Man. So I think the end of the bench, I mean, the fact that we got as far as we did is pretty crazy, but the end of the bench probably hurt us at the end. We had no depth. So actually losing Simpson and Okoro hurt us a little bit more than I expected. So bench is going to be the primary focus, and maybe even a new center, because I like Hartenstein, but if he was coming off the bench, that'd be even better. But that was a very solid season nonetheless. So let's go ahead, get into this offseason. So again, the Blazers are apparently have our pick, and then we gave that pick to the Magic, and it's at 7, which it should be going back to Portland. We should be giving our pick back to the we should get our pick from the Blazers, from the Blazers, because they're not supposed to have it. So a lot of things to fix here. So let's go ahead and draft at pick 23. See if there's Kill Gaskins or Brandon McCoy. Does not sound too bad this late in the draft. So I'm going to go ahead and take Brandon McCoy here. He might be able to play for us right away, honestly, as a bench piece. So 74 overall. Maybe end of the bench. But Trey Jones we're going to accept, and we're going to decline the other two. But yeah, bench pieces is going to be the primary focus this offseason for sure. And like I said, I wouldn't mind upgrading the center position, but we may not have the... Oh, well, I guess we do have some money. So we could throw some money at like Derek Lively and see if the Mavericks would match it, which I wouldn't hate doing. If McCoy moves over to the 2, does he go up in all? No, he doesn't. But I'm going to move him over there anyway. So Brandon McCoy backing up Trey Jones. Like I said, our bench is pretty lackluster. So we do have money to apparently sign Amon Thompson, which is crazy, but we don't have money to sign. I guess, we can't get Jokic or Wembanyama. Probably wouldn't be able to happen anyway. But we could maybe throw an offer sheet at Lively. So I'm going to go ahead and throw an offer sheet, because if we have a Lively and, Hartenstein rotation, I'd feel good about that. So we are going to get Derek Lively. The Mavericks are not going to match. We'll take that. That's awesome. We'll renounce the rest of these guys. And then, so center position, like I said, I wanted to upgrade, and now we still have money to upgrade the bench. So that feels good. Let's just get some forwards here. We got Jeremy Sohan, Ron Holland, Taylor Hendricks. I can grab Ron Holland and move him over to the 3, and he goes up quite a bit. So that feels like a really good. Just kidding, goes to Houston. Okay, so I guess I should have saw that he wasn't signing with us and maybe did something different. But Grady Dick is restricted. But I'm gonna throw him another. I'm gonna throw another offer sheet at someone. So let's go ahead and see if we can get Grady Dick on this team, and he does come over, so that feels nice. Jake LaRavia, who's been pretty solid for the Lakers, we'll bring him in as well. Keon Ellis, I always love bringing in as another guy just in case. Anybody else we like the idea of? We'll go Muhammad Gay as well. Okay, so I think we did what we need to do. I said we need to upgrade our bench, and we've done that. So Paolo and Josh Giddey 92, 94 respectfully. Buzelis 83, 83 Kobe White. Going down Lively is up. Hartenstein and Grady Dick. Grady Dick not moving is kind of weird. I'm surprised by that. I've seen him jump up more than what unless he just hasn't played. I don't know what's going on there. But regardless, happy to have him on the team. Laravia's here too. So yeah, this feels like a solid offseason that we upgrade our bench, which is what we needed to do. McCoy might play a role in the future as well. But I'm after a championship, man, here at the end of the day. So let's go see if we have what it takes to potentially bring home a championship this season, as we got to the finals last year. So as long as we're healthy, I think we could maybe get one, to be honest. So we are 4-star balance going into the season, and yeah, that's what we'll leave it at, because it's been pretty good under Billy Donovan, and here is the rotation. So we will go back to a 10 rotation for the regular season. So Josh Giddey, Kobe White, Buzelis, Paolo, Derek Lively, Hartenstein, Grady Dick, Jake LaRavia, Keon Ellis, and Trey Jones. Okay, I can live with that. Our bench is upgraded, and we have Lively as our new center instead of Hartenstein being the starter. So I will see you guys at the end of this one. Hopefully good news at the end in the playoffs, as we are off to a hot start. So I will see you guys in the NBA playoffs. So at the end of this season, Wemby gets the MVP trophy. We got Meriden winning Rookie of the Year. McCain is your 6th man. Wemby is also Depoy. Mikael Brown most improved. Jalen Green's your clutch player in Milwaukee. And Billy Donovan is your coach of the year, as we did go 60-22. As you guys saw, the regular season was going quite well, and it did. So All-NBA first team does go to Paolo Banchero. Here is your All-NBA second team with Josh Giddey also on here. So yeah, he has turned into an absolute stud. All-NBA third team, all defensive first team, and all defensive second team. all rookie teams here as well. So we end up as the, sorry, I'm looking at the Western Conference, first seed in the East. So let's look at the player stats. So everyone is healthy, which is great, and we are averaging 33 with Paolo, 28 from Josh Giddey, 15 from Kobe White, 12 from Bazelis, 10 from Jake LaRavia, 10 from Grady Dick, 8 and 8 from Lively, and 6 from Cherry Jones. But all that matters is trying to bring home a trophy here. So let's see if we can do just that. So in round 1, we will play the Milwaukee Bucks, who had Jalen Green play quite well, but outside of Jalen Green and maybe Keontae George, not a lot to be terrified here of. I mean, Giannis left him, so who knows where he went. Game 1 is going to go to us. Game 2 is going to go to us as well. Game 3 goes to them. Game 4 goes to them. Okay. Very, very concerning so far. No one's hurt. Can we win game 5? Yes. Can we beat them in 6? Yes. So we're on to the second round, even though a little bit closer than I would have wanted to be, I would say. So Indiana Pacers is your second round matchup, and it looks like they have yet to replace their center. They got Keita, I guess, there, unless someone is hurt. But Isaiah Jackson maybe is hurt, or maybe he's not. I don't know. Regardless, I feel like this is a matchup we should win, as we are still healthy. So let's see what happens. Game 1 does go to us. Game 2 is going to go to us as well. Game 3 is going to go to us, and Game 4 is going to go to us. Okay, now we get Atlanta or Detroit. Atlanta beat us earlier. Detroit we did beat, and we get the Atlanta Hawks. I will say, oh wait, OKC Thunder, is SGA gone? No, he's probably just hurt. So don't know how long he is out, but the Warriors and the Thunder are battling it out over there, and it's Thunder in Minnesota. We get Atlanta though. So Atlanta, you have Trae Young, Dyson Ellis, Ricochet, Johnson, Okongwu, Podziemski, Asen Newell, Nikola Vucevic, and Koa Pete. So here goes nothing, man. Game 1 is going to go to Atlanta. Game 2 is going to go to us. Game 3 is going to go to us. Game 4 is going to go to them. Okay, so we got a tough series so far. Let's see if we can't, win Game 5 at home in Chicago. So this will be a big one if we can get it. Atlanta is one of those teams, though, that is quite tough in the sim, as usual. And, I will say we robbed them of being able to have, like, a boozer today because they should have had that pick because I was, I guess you could say lazy or just forgot, whatever you want to call it. But, yeah, we got to win Game 6 or we're not going to the NBA Finals here. So let's see if we can't force a Game 7. It doesn't look like we will. So this year we get eliminated in the Conference Finals 113 to 138. OKC and Minnesota is the matchup. On the other side, and it's the Thunder and the Hawks, and the Thunder go on to win it all as SGA did come back and they won Finals MVP. So yeah, I gave them Peterson and SGA. I probably should have fixed it and I didn't. So yeah, we'll see how that goes if we match up with them, if ever. So we have the 30th pick in this draft. I'm still primarily focused on just upgrading the bench. Maybe you could say we could trade Kobe White and upgrade to 2 as well. But I am very competent or very happy with the rest of the team. So Kobe White, I do like him, and he is a great player. But if there is a way to upgrade at the 2 spot, I definitely wouldn't mind jumping on that opportunity. But don't know. I mean, we could get RJ Barrett, but I don't know. Nembhard, I guess, is kind of interesting. Kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie. I might go Andrew Nembhard here because he's at point guard. We moved him to shooting guard. He's up even more. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this trade. So we're gonna Nembhard in the team. Move him to shooting guard. He's up to an 85. And that's just a slight upgrade, but it is an upgrade nonetheless. So I'm pretty happy with that. We traded our pick. So player options is, I think player options. Oh, there it goes. Okay, I'm about to say, are we frozen? I don't know. But qualifying offers, Bazelis, of course, that's a big one to bring back, which we will absolutely do so. And Trae Jones, which we'll see if we can maybe get something better than him. I mean, I wouldn't hate Trae Jones coming back, but it looks like we have money to maybe bring someone else back if we wanted to. So I'm hoping McCoy will jump up to something here. LaRavia, I still like. We're obviously getting Bazelis back. And then we just need, yeah, a point guard, I would say. So backup point guard, Peyton Pritchard sounds great to me if we get him. So if we get Bazelis and Peyton Pritchard, and that seems like a very solid offseason. And I'll also bring an Obi Toppin on him as well. All right. Regression, we got Paolo down, but we got Nembhard, Bazelis still in 85. So it's just a slight upgrade. We got Brandon McCoy up to 78. So he is ready to contribute this year. But yeah, we've been to the finals. We've been to the conference finals. So I think if we can just somehow get things to swing in our favor, not match up against Atlanta, we'll be back in the finals. And then who knows? We get OKC. We could be in trouble there, but hopefully we'll have a chance once we get there. The one cool thing I will say is we got Josh Giddey to win an MVP, which is pretty awesome. Averaging 50, not 90, but 46% from three. So he's turned into a great player. And then coach of the year, we do get Billy Donovan and executive as we went 16 and 14. So another really good regular season. But you guys know, as of late, man, my playoff, luck has not been there. I have been losing in the finals a lot, or in the conference finals, or in the second round. It just has not been there. So I'm hoping today that is going to change. We do have a little bit of injuries though. Laravia's hurt and Nembhard's only day-to-day, thankfully. But Paolo and Josh Giddey are both healthy, and so is Bazelis, so is Grady Dick. So at least we have that going for us. But man, oh man, do I want to win a championship finally in the worst way possible. It's been a little bit. So we get the Indiana Pacers in round one. We stole Andrew Nembhard off them. We obviously gave them Kobe White, who's coming off the bench for them. We were able to beat this team last year, so, I mean, I hope we just do the same thing. And we dropped game one, but we win the rest. Okay, so now for the New York Knicks in round two, who have Brunson still, so I will give them, you know, Josh Giddey is 2 to 4 weeks away from coming back. Not good. So game one does go to us. Game two goes to the Knicks. Game three goes to the Knicks. Oh, boy. We could be in trouble with no Josh Giddey, I will say, but let's see if we can tie the series here and maybe somehow get back in this one. But no Josh Giddey is going to ultimately hurt us here. We might lose again. Damn. Really bad time for an injury, and we're going to lose in 5, aren't we? Well, we win game 5, so maybe we can win game 6 on the road in Madison Square Garden and take this back to Chicago. We took the lead for a second. We take the lead for a second again, but the Knicks are going to have it and run with it. So we get eliminated in the second round with no Josh Giddey healthy, and the Hawks and the Wolves, and the Wolves go on to win it all. All right, well, health definitely hurt us that time around. If we would have had Josh Giddey, I wonder how different things would have been, but we won't know. So I got to re-sign him, and we got to try again, because that just basically hurt all the momentum we had. So let's go straight to, well, let's see if we have a draft pick really quickly. I don't think we do. We have the 30th pick, but at this point, what is the 30th pick going to do for us? So Reese Alston, welcome. We got McCoy. We got Keita, which I'll accept from the trade. Jacob Furphy, probably won't worry about him too much. And then we want to bring back Hartenstein, and we want to bring back, of course, Josh Giddey. So bring those guys back. That's done. And then we'll see if there's anybody else worth signing really quickly. Mark Williams and Embiid is here, which is interesting. Embiid on a minimum is kind of crazy to think about. But eventually that could be the reality. So power forward, though. I am going to go ahead and bring in John Collins. Why not? On a one-year deal just for some more depth on this team. Just kidding. Goes back to LA. We can go Peyton Watson then. Why not? I'll get Peyton Watson on the team, and that feels like solid depth. So, all right, we're going to go again, and we're just going to hope that this time health permits us to stay healthy throughout the run, because we could use it. I really want to see if we have what it takes to win if we're healthy. Another MVP for Josh Giddey, and another really good regular season for us. But again, I'm all after that championship, so let's look at these player stats. So yeah, 29 from Paolo, 26 from Josh Giddey, 12 from Bazelis, 11 from McCoy, 10 from Grady Dick, and 9 from Andrew Nembhard. So all I want to see is just go far in these playoffs. So let's see if we can get far and Josh Giddey stays upright, because we need that. So the Brooklyn Nets is our round 1 matchup. They do have some good players, though. Scoot Henderson, RJ Barrett, Rosser, Mika, Alexander Sarr. So has the league passed us by? Let's see, as we got the Nets giving us some issues right now, but we're up 3-1, and we will beat them in 5. So we got out of the second round, and we're healthy, so that's what matters there. Philadelphia is the second round matchup. We get Edgecombe, Maxey, Justin Edwards, Matthias, Bamba, McCain, and Bronny James. So game 1 is going to go to us. Game 2 is going to go to us as well. Game 3, and we sweep them. So far, so good. Paolo picked up a day-to-day injury, but it shouldn't be no big deal, so we're fine there. So Atlanta is going to be the matchup, it looks like. Would have been nice to play Paolo's former team. Maybe we get that. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe they do win. No, it's Atlanta. Okay, so we get the Timberwolves Rockets on the side. Hawks did beat us, so we'd like to see if we get some revenge against them. But the Hawks are always a really good team to deal with, so let's see if we have what it takes to take them down. We're healthy right now. Game 1 does go to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to them. Game 4, I would like to see us win Game 4 in the worst way possible. So let's go up 3-1 on this squad if we could. Don't let them tie it up, please. And we take the lead late here. Can we hang on to it? No, we just, for whatever reason, take a lead and we can never hang on. So, AM rotation. I really need to get out of this championship rut, 2K. I'd really appreciate if we can somehow win this series and get to the finals and go win. So we have the lead right now. Just don't let up, and we should be able to win this. And we're up 3-2. So we're at an advantage, which is good. We got the Rockets on the other side. Beat them in 6. Come on. Don't go to a game 7. And we get in the finals. Let's go. So Dash Daniels is conference finals MVP for the Rockets. Paolo is the conference finals MVP for us. All right. So we get the Rockets, who have Stephon, Dash Daniels, Tari Eason, Jabari Şengün, Ahmed Thompson, Kim Wilmore, and Ron Holland. And we are healthy, which is what I wanted. So big series here. Battle of the Red Teams. Game 1 is going to go to Houston. Game 2 is going to go to us. Game 3 going to go to Houston. Game 4, we got to win this or we are in deep trouble. So let's see if we can tie this series and be back in this one, as it is a back and forth game thus far, and we will win 130-127. Big win. We needed that in the worst way possible. We're still running an 8-man rotation. Big game 5 ahead of us. So let's see if we can go out here at home in Chicago and go up 3-2. We take the lead here, and it looks like we're trying to run away with it. Can we hang on to it? And we will. We're up 3-2 right now. Okay, beat them in 6. We win a championship, and we do. Just like that, the championship run is finally over. Paolo Banchero is your finals MVP. What a fun video this was, man. Josh Giddey, Paolo Banchero was a fun duo. I think for future videos, Paolo can no longer be a target for a while, because I feel like I've had him quite a bit lately. But and he's been the best guy to go after, best, based off, teams that have been selling and stuff. So, and, guys that would fit next to Josh Giddey, I thought Paolo was the best fit. So, thank y'all for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Glad we ended with a championship here. I will see y'all in the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.